I get what you're saying. Dominic Mysterio, legend. I love Dom. But he had a better year the year before than he did this year. This year he's kind of just been Rhea side piece. He's been Liv side piece, and that's a benefit in itself. That's a benefit in itself.
Possibly could have been Tiffany's.
Yes, yeah. If we had another bracket for, luckiest guy, Dom's winning. Right? Like.
It's the Lame Guys Podcast.
All right, bro. So, I don't know if you saw social media talking about SummerSlam, all the big major PLEs moving to 2 nights. So, right now we have WrestleMania 2 nights. We knew Royal Rumble was moving to 2 nights. Mm-hmm. Which, Royal Rumble, if you want to talk about the two that make the most sense, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, make the most sense to be 2 nights. Because women's can main event one night, men's can main event one night.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the other PLEs moving to 2 nights? As far as so this tweet right here says SummerSlam 2 nights and Money in the Bank 2 nights, which I feel like it would be Survivor Series over Money in the Bank. But actually, no, because you could do the men's Money in the Bank match one night, women's one night. How do you feel about the 2-night thing? More 2-night PLEs.
I think I agree with you. I think SummerSlam or a Survivor Series would fit better over SummerSlam.
You think Survivor Series fits better over SummerSlam?
Yeah, because if you stick with War Games, then you can do the women's
not even War
Games,
just a 5-on-5.
Well, okay, that's what I was gonna say. You can if you stick with War Games and you have the War Games 2 night, men's and women's as main events. But unless you go back to the 5-on-5, you can still do the main events. And because respectfully, I mean, we've talked about it ad nauseum on here, bro. That some of the women's stuff is more exciting than the men sometimes. So it's just like, bro, how do you determine now who opens a show and who closes a show? Like, it sucks sometimes when you look at it like that.
So you do 2 nights.
Yeah. So, I mean, what you call it? Like, I look at that in the same sense of for WrestleMania doing 2 nights, it would have been so cool to see at WrestleMania 39 Charlotte versus Rhea as a main event rather than the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. But that makes sense, though, at times. But, like, given their respective, the women's in their respective night to main event, makes sense. SummerSlam, like I said, I mean, I guess it makes sense because it's one of the biggest. It's amongst the biggest Money in the Bank. Yeah, the men's Money in the Bank, women's Money in the Bank. I guess that makes sense too. But I mean, it's just like, it's crazy. We're about to start getting 2 nights of PLEs.
I don't know. I mean, I just think WWE's in a position right now to where it's like, why not? You're gonna sell out both nights no matter what. But I do kind of just think you also just want to make sure you don't give too much wrestling sometimes. Yeah. You know, if that makes sense?
Yeah.
But I also think the roster is just, I mean, you could argue it's the most stacked it's ever been as far as like talent goes. And so like the 2-night thing really would help please a lot more talent, right? Because I'm sure there's talent that are upset that they're not getting on these PLEs, especially with Triple H doing the 4-and-5 matches. Yeah. Before we were used to seeing 6, 7. And, and a lot more people got on. Now we're only seeing 4 or 5 usually. That seems like the standard now. I'm a little torn about it, to be honest. I just think, I think it fits Royal Rumble, and I think it fits WrestleMania. I just, who am I going to – I mean, what am I going to say? I'm not going to watch the second night? No. I mean, of course, I'm going to watch it no matter what. Yeah. But I just think also, you just want to make sure you don't give too much sometimes. If that makes sense?
No, yeah.
You don't want to overstay your welcome. You don't want to, you don't want to, I think right now WWE is just the hottest it's ever been, and it's like you're moving SmackDown to 3 hours. Raw is going to be 3 hours on Netflix, and then you start doing all these PLEs 2 nights. I mean, you're definitely going to make money, so I mean, who am I to say anything? But I also just think sometimes they don't need it. I think it's okay to have you have the main PLEs, and then you have the standard, the main PLEs, and then you have the standard PLEs. I think that making all the main ones 2 nights, because you have your main 4, and then it seems like Money in the Bank now is kind of working its way into the main. It's kind of a mainstay now as far as because you always had Royal Rumble, you had WrestleMania, you had Survivor Series, and SummerSlam.
Yep.
Kind of feels like Money in the Bank is kind of working its way towards a main PLE.
They're all gonna start being main PLEs, bro.
Well, and that's why I don't want to get to that point. If that makes sense,
start,
you know what I mean?
Because I could see this one after this. It's going to be Elimination Chamber. It's going to be 2 nights.
Because WrestleMania and Royal Rumble, those are the 2. Yeah. And I would be okay with those being 2 nights.
Yeah.
And then it's
thank God they didn't start this shit for this Royal Rumble.
Yeah, we would have stayed longer in Indianapolis.
It would have stayed longer, but that's just a lot more money. But
that's what I'm saying. And there's no way we're missing the second night.
Yeah, no.
I just feel like you want to keep the lore and the separation there, right? You want to keep Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, the 2 biggest. I think if you start making all these other PLEs 2 nights, I don't know. I kind of feel like it takes the lore away.
It does.
Who am I to say anything?
It's more wrestling.
It's more wrestling, and they'll make a ton of money from it.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, they're gonna sell out no matter what. Wrestling is just too hot right now.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I'm about to say, bro, and we keep on saying this is the hottest wrestling's ever. WWE's ever.
It truly
been.
is. It truly is. So I get why they probably look at that and they think Shark While Iron's hot. If we're able to sell these 2-night PLEs, why not fucking do it?
Yep.
So I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a little torn about it.
Because I'm looking at like back in the Attitude Era, bro. Imagine doing 2 nights for some of these, and I'm thinking about like the cards, and I'm like, what card could have been the second main event or the first main event?
Yeah,
I don't know. Sometimes.
Well, I do think to me it just works for WrestleMania, and that's it.
Yeah,
and Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
So if you talk about the old Royal Rumble, it doesn't work. But now that they have the women's, it works.
Yeah,
because you have one men's, one. But the other ones like Survivor Series and SummerSlam. I don't know. I don't look at that as a PLE that needs to be 2 nights.
Yeah.
Just because, but I get from the perspective of there's so much talent, we need to add talent onto these shows. So, I mean, it is what it is. Ultimately, I have no case or anything like that. But I just feel like you want to keep the lore, you want to keep the separation from the big ones. So don't make them 2 nights. But it seems like they're gonna go that route.
Yeah.
But episode 62 of the Lame Guys Wrestling Podcast. I'm Mario.
I'm Vincent.
Dude, we're here, bro. WWE Superstar of the Year time.
Yep, we did
last
it
year. Seth Rollins won.
Congratulations.
This year, we don't know. So we're gonna give
I know.
We have a bracket. We have a bracket for WWE Superstar of the Year. You wanna read the names off?
Yeah, bro.
So keep in mind, last year I did a little different. Last year, I put the champions and then I put some extra. This year, I put just whoever's fucking had an amazing year.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. And I think last year was easier to do that because the champions had long reigns.
Yeah,
Gunther was Intercontinental champion. Roman had both titles, I think. Who was the U.S. champion at the time? Last year. Was it LA? No, not
it wasn't
LA.
LA.
Who was it? Either way, they were champions that had been champion for a while, right? This year, titles have changed hands more often.
Yeah.
So
I like it.
Yeah, I do too. And I truly just put who has had a banger year. Now there are some names that were left off, and they probably you could have made a case.
Yeah, but we're gonna talk about that in a minute.
There were a case that you could add them. The problem with that is for this bracket format, it's either got to be 8, 16, 24, or 32 for it to be even. And if I add 2 or 3 more superstars, I can't think of another freaking 5 more to add because they haven't had. They probably don't deserve to be on there, respectfully.
Yeah.
So that was the dilemma I ran into. But go ahead, run the names.
All right, so for the Superstar of the Year for the Lame Guys Wrestling Podcast for 2024, the names participating, we have Sami Zayn, Solo Sikoa, Rhea Ripley, Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Seth Rollins, Bayley, Liv Morgan, Damian Priest, Roxanne Perez, CM Punk, Nia Jax, Gunther, Cody Rhodes, and Kevin Owens.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a stacked list, bro.
Stacked. You want to give some names that you feel like should be on there?
Oh, the name that undoubtedly should have been on here, bro. I'm sorry. I mean, you said it. Hey, shout out to Mario once again for creating this.
I just randomized it too, so it's not seeded or anything.
No.
I put 16 names in. It randomized. It made the matchups.
Yeah,
so some of these matchups are crazy.
These
but
matchups
I didn't make them.
Wild that these are the first rounds. I told you that. But shout out to Mario for creating this. But there is one, bro, that needs to be on here. I
already know what you're gonna say.
Yeah. Undoubtedly, the future GOAT of this business, Dominic Mysterio, bro.
I put him on there. Well, he was on there last year.
Mm-hmm.
But no, he shouldn't have
Dominic
been on there.
Mysterio,
No,
bro.
everyone on this bracket has had a better year than Dominic Mysterio. I thought you were going to say Tiffany. Tiffany was to me that I really struggled to put her in over Bayley or maybe like a Roxanne Perez. But Roxanne Perez is just doing too much. Tiffany had a great year, but all she did was win the Money in the Bank, and has been subpar since.
Okay, so as far as for men, Dom, the women should have been Tiffany, Jada Parker, Lola Vice.
Yeah.
But for Dom, bro, his record speaks for itself. 62 matches in this year. Last year he had second highest to Cody.
Yeah, he's a workhorse. Bro.
62 matches this year, bro.
What was his record?
My boy won 10. But they've been a great 10 matches he's won, bro.
Yeah.
But
hey, and even in his losses, even in
52 of them, he lost. Wasn't his fault, bro.
Yeah. The refs are always
bro. The
after
refs
that.
are fucking biased, bro. And not just that, he has Michael Cole screaming in his ear from commentary, bro. Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Dirty Dom.
Low-key, Michael Cole paid me not to put him on the bracket.
Damn, bro. You got it like that?
Yeah.
Shit. Bro, Dominic Mysterio should have been on this list.
Yeah.
And to be honest, he probably could have made it all the way.
Yeah, well, see, so that was my dilemma. It's like if I start adding one or two more people, like I thought Braun Breaker had a case to be on there. But it's like if I start adding one or two, then I got to put these fillers in. Yeah. And I get what you're saying. Dominic Mysterio, legend. I love Dom. But he had a better year the year before than he did this year. This year he's kind of just been Rhea side piece. He's been Liv side piece, and that's a benefit in itself. That's a benefit in itself.
Possibly could have been Tiffany.
Yes. Yeah. If we had another bracket for, luckiest guy, Dom's winning, right? Like, so it's just different. Like this is so. But I get what you're saying. I do think Dom, hopefully next year, because I do think he's set to have a big 2025.
I think so too.
I think next year.
If not, then he said it on the O'Shea's thing, but he's retiring.
I think next year he will be on this list. But yeah, so we got these matchups. Like I said, I randomized them. Some people probably will be in their fields that this person is on here. Well, it is what it is. Some of these people are going to be off the bracket maybe sooner than some people think because the first round matchups are pretty stellar. So. It is what it is. Like I said, I randomized this. If someone truly a superstar of the year, they will make it all the way to the end. So for those who weren't here last year, the way this goes, me and Vincent, we got to debate and we got to agree on a name for them to move to the next round. So if he picks somebody and I pick somebody, we have to come to a decision to pick this person to move on to the next round. I have each person's greatest accomplishments of the year.
Good.
So it's a pretty long list because, like I said, these superstars had very good 2024s. So you ready to get into it?
Yeah, let's go for it.
So first round, dude. Sami Zayn versus Solo Sikoa for WWE Superstar of the Year. You want me to read their accomplishments first and then pick, or do you want to pick and then? No, we did accomplishments first, right?
Oh, did we?
Last year we did accomplishments first. I ran off the accomplishments for each person, and then that helps us decide,
Okay, yeah, go.
Okay, so let's read it. Let's get into it. Sami Zayn, stellar 2024. Now I got these match records off Cage Match, so this is including live events. It's not just including TV matches.
Yeah.
So some of these records are a bit padded. Like I said, it's from Cage Match, and I didn't feel like filtering and going and just counting the live events. Or counting just the Raw and SmackDowns. Sami Zayn, according to CageMatch.com, Sami Zayn went 46-15 in wrestling matches this year, which is pretty good record. He ended Gunther's legendary Intercontinental title run by beating him at WrestleMania 40. He held the Intercontinental title for 4 months and defeated the likes of Chad Gable, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker. He rejoined the OG Bloodline and successfully defeated Bloodline 2.0 in War Games at Survivor Series, and has now main evented Survivor Series in a War Games match for 3 years in a row, which is a pretty impressive feat there. Solo Sikoa went 15-43. Hey, but they cheating him, boy. They cheating him.
Yeah.
15-43. It should be 43-15. Took over the Bloodline and created his own version. Just straight up took it from Roman, bro. Yep. Powerbomb Paul Heyman through an announce table with his Bloodline 2.0. Beat Cody, Randy, and Kevin Owens in the Money in the Bank in a 6-man tag match. Wrestled Cody Rhodes in the main event of SummerSlam. He brought in the talents of Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and the Samoan Werewolf and Jacob Fatu. He successfully pinned and beat Roman in a 6-man tag match at Crown Jewel. He was in the War Games match, lost to Team Roman, and has completely reinvented his character and has truly become a main focus in the WWE. I love Solo Sikoa. I think he's had a stellar year. I think people don't give him the benefit the appreciation that he deserves. But let's get into it, bro. So Sami Zayn versus Solo Sikoa in first round matchup. You want to do 3, 2, 1 on it?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Solo Sikoa, boy.
Yeah. That's not to say Sami hasn't had a great year, but Solo Sikoa has been a main focus. Sami Zayn has kind of been on the mid card. Still a phenomenal year, right? Like Solo didn't win a title this year, but Solo took over the Bloodline and has. And you have to give Solo his credit because Solo, right? You could argue Roman Reigns leaving after WrestleMania. We didn't know what to expect with the Bloodline. Is the Bloodline over? Solo Sikoa has kept this story going. So you got to give credit where it's due. And Sikoa, I think, deserves to move on to the next round.
100% agree with everything you just said. Solo's reinventing of his character is one of the best things that's ever happened to him. Looking at it from where he started at the beginning of the year to where we are now, it is insane to think about this man as a main event talent now.
Mm-hmm.
His whole Bloodline 2.0, phenomenal job on keeping his name relevant. Because
keeping the bloodline relevant.
Keeping the bloodline relevant and keeping the story continuing. This story could have honestly ended
That's
after
what I'm saying.
WrestleMania 40.
That's what I'm saying.
Hell no, bro. Hell no. We're about to get into year 5.
Yeah.
And it's all because of this.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, bro. Solo, he's
had an amazing year, whether people want to like it or not, whether you accept him as your tribal chief or not. Solo Sikoa has kept the bloodline story relevant this year because Roman Reigns was gone for a good portion of this year. You could argue that the bloodline story probably could have faded. Jay went and did his own thing. Jimmy was out with injury. Solo Sikoa kept this shit going. He deserves to move on to the next round.
Yep.
Next matchup for WWE Superstar of the Year. We got Rhea Ripley versus Drew McIntyre. What a fucking matchup here.
God, bro.
Some feats for Rhea Ripley. Went 19-1 this year. I had to double check cage match and be like, she only lost one time this year. She truly only lost one time this year, which is crazy. Went 19-1 this year. Retained her title against Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 40, which was a great match. Main evented Elimination Chamber and successfully defended her title against Nia Jax. She only had to relinquish due to injury. You could argue she's probably still a champion now, if not for her getting injured.
Hence why she's so pissed.
Got super over with the crowd. They had to turn her face. 2024 was the year of Rhea Ripley. She truly got over with the crowd, and the crowd loves her. And then she just recently beat Team Liv at Survivor Series and War Games. So pretty good year. Drew McIntyre went 18-29. I had a double take on this as well because I thought he won more of these, but no, 18-29. This is according to Cage Match. He won the Elimination Chambers men's match, which is a stellar feat in itself. He won the men's world championship at WrestleMania 40. I mean, he did lose it, but CM Punk played up CM Punk, but he did win it. He main evented Clash at the Castle against Damian Priest, lost because of CM Punk. Had 3 great matches and plenty of other great segments with CM Punk, including the iconic Hell in a Cell match that's going to go down in history. Completely reinvented his character as a heel and has consistently cut great promos throughout the whole year. Like he's just been phenomenal.
Yeah.
You ready to do a 3-2-1 on it? It's a pretty hard matchup, bro.
No, yeah, let's go for it, bro.
Rhea Ripley versus Drew McIntyre, 3-2-1. Drew McIntyre. Wow. So you're going to have Drew McIntyre lose in the first round.
Yeah.
I think he's done more than Rhea, dude.
I hate that.
I think
because
he's done
Rhea
more.
left due to injury. She left due to injury because of Liv. The story with Liv is getting on people's nerves. I get it. I do. That record speaks for itself, though. 19-1 is phenomenal.
Some people think it's too padded. Some people think she should have lost more.
Probably. But guess what, bro? Drew should have won more, but that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Which is insane. Like when I saw that stat too, I thought that is insane that he's lost that much. Drew's reinventing himself. He's just kind of going back to his roots, bro. Just being the Scottish, like the psychopath.
Like
and
he's just,
like that.
He's just pissed.
He's just pissed
off,
and I love it,
bro.
And I love it. And you're right. He's cutting amazing promos and everything like that. Like he's starting to come into it. Like he's starting to create some buzz and starting off with these amazing promos. Bro, Rhea's been doing that. She's been doing it. Her promos have people love them, bro.
I don't think so. But I've seen a lot more people saying that she's not good on the mic.
Really?
On my Twitter. But you love Rhea. Your Twitter's probably more love Rhea people.
Yeah, there's a lot of good accounts out there. What you call it? But the reason why I mean that record, but you said it too, bro. If it wasn't for relinquishing the title, she would still have the championship,
that is true.
right?
Yes.
So it's like it's hard to say. Well, no. Okay, I was gonna say it's hard to say, bro. I'm gonna get Rhea out when she's not, right now, but she still is our champion in some type of way.
No,
Drew unfortunately
lost. She lost it. She's not champion.
What do you mean she lost it?
She lost the title. She
relinquished it.
Still lost it. She doesn't have the. She doesn't have the title.
But no, that's what I'm saying. She doesn't.
And she's had multiple chances to get it back. She hasn't.
She fought Liv at where?
She fought Liv at Bad Blood.
That's right.
Lost by DQ. Still lost. Or she won by DQ. But
DQ.
I mean, it doesn't matter. And now she's gonna fight her on Raw, but still hasn't gotten it. I don't know. I feel like Drew. Oh, so let me ask you this: is any match that Rhea had better than Drew's matches against CM Punk?
You said it as far as that match with Becky was phenomenal.
It was great.
But I can't compare that to.
I know it's different. They're guys versus girls.
Well, not even that. I was gonna say I can't compare it to the Hell in the Cell match because the Hell in the Cell match is the one that's most recent. But it was so damn good and brutal. But it's hard for me to compare because it's a specialty match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rather than just a normal one-on-one. Because the regular one-on-ones, I mean, they're good and everything. But like, you look at what the Texas, was it the Texas Bull?
Yeah, that rope match.
Yeah, the rope match. It's like, it's a specialty match. I can't compare them. It's hard because you have an element in there that's meant to excite you and everything like that.
What about, let me ask you this. What about Drew McIntyre willing to get cashed in on that Money in the Bank? You know, he just won his title, willing to get cashed in on. Then going on to have this amazing story with CM Punk. Truly made us feel like a rivalry was personal. Now, I say that, but I also, we also called for Rhea and Liv should have been in Hell in a Cell because that rivalry felt personal.
Oh, 100%, bro. That could have ended in Hell in a Cell and we could have been done with this.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, now, this isn't Rhea's fault because she has injuries. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Injuries do play an effect. Like whether it was happened on accident and that fucking sucks, but it did play a role in her year. You could argue she'd have these feats that I gave. You could argue it'd be twice as long if she's here throughout the whole time. But I feel like from start to finish, Drew McIntyre has been consistently there, consistently doing these things, consistently giving us shit to talk about, consistently being on my Twitter for his promos, for his feuds with CM Punk, the attacks that he did on CM Punk, like him just truly reinventing himself and making him look like a pissed off dude. I don't know. I feel like Drew, bro. I think maybe not ESPN. Somebody gave Drew Superstar of the Year, Wrestling Superstar of the Year. I don't remember which page it was. I just feel like Drew. I don't know, dude. When I think who had the most impact on me this year, I think of Drew McIntyre, and especially and I think also what also plays a part is Rhea's hype has kind of died down a little. As far as like,
I think it's died down just because people are tired of the Liv thing. If it was with someone else, then it would be perfectly fine. At least with Drew, his
rivalry with CM Punk felt personal. His rivalry now with the Bloodline feels personal. Like,
yeah, what I'm saying, what I'm liking is that he's given more opportunities to spread it out and have more opportunities to work with different people. With Rhea, she built up to Liv, and then it's only been Liv since.
It's been Liv since WrestleMania.
Was that when it started?
Well, so she beat Becky.
Yeah.
And then Liv came back, attacked her,
That's
and then
right.
it's been ever since.
Yeah, because she was gone from March.
It's been nothing ever since.
No. April when she left, right?
It's been nothing ever since.
Sure.
I don't know. I kind of feel like Drew should be there. But I mean,
you know what, bro? We'll do this.
I do. I mean, I do hold weight to what you're saying. I mean, Rhea has had a great year, and you're right. She probably still is champion. But like, me personally, I kind of just gotten tired of her and Liv, and I've gotten tired of her always winning. If that makes sense.
See, and that's the way I felt with Charlotte, and you know that too.
Yeah.
Like I say, that's how I felt with Charlotte, to where she's always in the picture. But you know what's crazy?
She was a heel though, and it just worked for me. She turned face recently, yes, but
who? Charlotte?
Yes.
Yeah. Face doesn't work for her though.
It doesn't work for her. And heel to me works better when you're always winning. Yeah. When you're a face and you're always winning, I just kind of just get tired of it a little.
Yeah. See, yeah, and that's what's working for Drew right now.
Okay, let's go feet for feet.
No,
okay.
I was going to say, let's give it to Drew because he has constantly been there all year. It's not Rhea's fault that she got injured. It's not her fault that she got put on the shelf. But the consistency of having the longevity for the whole year and just being, like I said, being consistently in the conversation throughout the year, I'll give it to Drew.
Well, and let me just, let's just go feet for feet though also. Okay. That's fine. Rhea had her match against Becky Lynch. She won at WrestleMania. So did Drew.
Yeah,
he won at WrestleMania.
Yeah, they both won the titles.
He lost it, but
I don't hold that against him.
He still won the title, right? Yeah. He still won the title. So that's 1 for 1. Okay? Rhea gets hurt. I mean, that fucking sucks, but she did get hurt. Drew, main events, Clash at the Castle against Damian Priest. That's 2 to 1. Rhea has her match against Bad Blood against Liv. Sucky match.
Yeah.
Drew fights CM Punk at Bad Blood in a Hell in a Cell. I get it. It's a stipulation match, but it was just a night and day difference. Like there's no comparison. Like that match was truly better. SummerSlam, Rhea fights Liv. You know, we did have that iconic moment, but that was because of Dom turning on Rhea. Who did Drew fight at SummerSlam? He had a match with CM Punk.
Was that some CM
Punk
too?
Okay. So now it's 3-2, right? Let's make that even. Let's make that because that match against CM Punk was good. So that's 3-2.
Yeah.
So where are we at now? So then Rhea has War Games. Rhea has War Games. What did Drew do at Survivor? Was he gone? He's been gone since Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, he's been gone since Hell in a Cell.
So then that's 3-3. So I mean, there's a reason we're having a long conversation because technically, I mean, you could argue it's 3-3 as far as like main things that they did this year.
Yeah.
Wait, Drew won Money in the Bank. I didn't even put that on the list. He won Money in the Bank this year. Yeah, it's Drew McIntyre. Did he really? He won Money in the Bank and then he cashed in that night in CM Punk.
That's right.
Yes, I didn't even put that on my fucking thing.
I completely forgot about Money in the Bank.
So he had Money in the Bank.
You know why? It's because he doesn't have it anymore. That's
exactly why. And he lost it the night of.
Yeah, and I'm just saying about Tiffany, how she still has it.
So many people say that the Drew one was a waste of a Money in the Bank win. But he won Money in the Bank, whether you like it or not.
That's right.
And I can't believe I forgot to put that on the list. Yeah, we got to give it to Drew, bro. That's a better year. So Drew McIntyre moves on to the next round.
You know what, bro? I'll hold this against Rhea too.
What?
She got married.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Next matchup for men's Superstar of the Year, bro. This one, I can't believe they pit these two against each other.
I thought to myself, I said, what are you doing?
We got Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. Little bloodline on bloodline action, dude. Okay, so let's get into it.
I feel like there was one like this last year, too.
I feel like there was, too. But yeah, like I said, I randomized these, so it just made it. Roman Reigns went 4-2 this year. Only 6 matches. Main evented both nights of WrestleMania 40. Tagged with The Rock to beat Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins on night 1 at Mania. He also lost to Cody Rhodes in arguably the greatest match/main event in WrestleMania history, ending his legendary title run. He came back at SummerSlam to help Cody Rhodes defeat Sikoa, and he successfully beat the Bloodline 2.0 at Survivor Series inside of War Games. Jey Uso, workhorse this year, bro. Went 50-32 in matches, successfully reinvented himself as a single star and became arguably the biggest babyface of 2024. Won his first solo title in his career by winning the Intercontinental Championship, successfully beat his brother Jimmy Uso at WrestleMania 40, wrestled Damian Priest for the World Championship at Backlash in Paris, and he reunited with the Bloodline to successfully beat Bloodline 2.0 at Survivor Series. This one's a tough one.
It's a very tough one.
But I think I got to go. I think I know the route I'm going to go, as much as it hurts me to say. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm not. So,
I know what my argument is for each guy, but I feel like I gotta pick. I feel like I gotta pick a person because, yeah.
See, this is one where I feel like we should build up to our picks.
What do you mean?
Like we give the arguments first before we pick them, so we can like try to see where we're coming off.
Okay, that's fine. So for Roman Reigns, I just feel like the WrestleMania event itself speaks for itself.
That's exactly where I'm going with it.
My dilemma is that
he doesn't have.
Does 6 matches even compare? Right? Like the 6. I get it. Those 6 matches have been epic. What?
Yes, they compare.
I don't personally. I don't think so. I think that's just favoritism because we love Roman. I think that's the hype of WrestleMania. That's the WrestleMania 40 arguably being the greatest WrestleMania just because of those 2 main events alone. So that's my argument for Roman. But then Jey is like, dude, he's arguably had one of the best years of the year. And it's like, how disrespectful is that of me to give it to Roman if Jey Uso has been there week after week after week, consistently being there, consistently getting over with the crowd.
Yes.
He not only did he get over with the crowd, he came out last for War Games. I get it. He started the match. What it is. But even at Crown Jewel, he had his own entrance. He didn't come out with Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
he had his own entrance because the crowd. It's just it's a sight to see the crowd doing the dance. So it's like he won his first title. He truly separated himself from the bloodline. He truly told Roman, "You can't talk to me like that anymore. We're the same." And it truly does feel that way. So it's like, I don't know. I think you know my pick just by saying that, but it's hard to debate that.
No, yeah. You're right. The WrestleMania thing is where I look at it, bro. If we put Roman amongst the title of having one of the greatest WrestleMania matches ever for the year. For this year. Oh, well, no, I said ever, so fuck it. We've talked about it before. It's one of the greatest. And every time he's had a match, it's been a big ass impact. So I'm looking at all that. It just sucks that he only has 6. Bro, honestly, if he would have had like maybe 15, we'd have it'd be done. It'd be done. Yeah. But he only has 6. He has less than 10. And
he's been gone most of the year.
And he's been gone most of the year. Jay, you can throw him out there for breakout of the fucking year too. Like he's true, like how you said, he's truly come into his own ever since WrestleMania 39. Or not WrestleMania. Oh well, fuck yeah. I guess it kind of started at WrestleMania 39. Once that was just a downhill of the fucking bloodline. Yeah. And then from there we got main event Jey Uso, and it's been all uphill from there. If we're gonna talk match versus match with WrestleMania, shit, but that Usos match was fucking horrendous, bro. Yeah. I was very disappointed in that match. But ever since then, bro, Jay's just been the guy. Mm-hmm. He's been the guy, the top babyface. Him and LA Knight have been carrying that babyface title.
He's been the top babyface on Raw for sure.
Yeah, like they've been carrying that title all year. So, I mean, I hate saying it, but like Roman's out round 1, bro. Yeah. Roman's going to be out round 1.
And I was saying we hate saying it doesn't mean Jey Uso shouldn't be there. Nah, it's just like I love Roman more than I like Jay. Yeah, right? Like that's just what it is. But I'm trying not to show favoritism, and Jay has had a better year. Like he just has. If you compare apples to apples, Jay is just he's been there consistently.
And then it's like I can't say Roman wins when I didn't say Rhea wins, because Roman left and so did Rhea, but Drew's been the workhorse of the business and so is Jay. Yeah, you know what I mean. So I can't look at it like that, or I have to look at it like that too.
So Jey Uso moves on to the next round in our bracket.
Roman, Joe, we still love you.
Yeah, dude, you're arguably the GOAT. Yeah. Next matchup in our tournament for Superstar of the Year, we got Seth Rollins versus Bayley. Seth Rollins went 14-5, a little bit of a slow year as well, but he was injured. So he main evented night 1 of WrestleMania 40, going against The Rock and Roman Reigns when he tagged with Cody Rhodes. Lost the world title to Drew at WrestleMania 40. Arguably saved WrestleMania 40 by just doing what he did and just, willing to tag with Cody, wrestle 2 nights, and with an injury, let alone, he had to go right off to surgery after that. Wrestled Damian Priest for the world title this year, and is now feuding with CM Punk. So, I mean, pretty relevant year. Bayley went 42-17 this year, beat Io Sky at WrestleMania 40 for the Women's Championship. Carried it for 4 months before losing it to Nia Jax. Wrestled Nia Jax at Bad Blood for the Women's Championship. Wrestled on Team Rhea and won in War Games in her 3rd match in a row. War Games match in a row, just like Sami Zayn. So that's a stellar feat in itself. This one's a little bit closer, I feel.
Yeah.
You want a 3-2-1 on it, or you want to?
Yeah, I'll see 3-2-1.
3-2-1 Bayley. Seth. Wow. Okay. I will say Bayley just because, as much as it fucking sucks that Seth Rollins got hurt, like I said for Rhea, it is what it is. They did get hurt. Yeah. Bayley has been there all year. She's been, I was a little underwhelmed with her wrestling run, her title run, and she did get completely overshadowed, her winning the championship with the whole Rock situation, and that fucking sucks because we were ready for her to get her flowers, to get her moment, and she did get her moment, but it just feels like it was completely overshadowed. So that fucking sucks. But I just feel like she's had a more consistent year. But I get why someone would pick Seth Rollins, because you could argue Seth's moments have been a whole lot bigger than Bayley's,
and that's exactly why I pick it. She's been on a nice good medium heat all year. Yeah. Bro, she hasn't been turned up. That's fair. She hasn't been all the way on low to where you forget about her. She's been in the conversation, but she's just been.
If she was a heel, I feel like this run would be so much better.
Yeah, bro. Her title run, very unmemorable in my opinion. You're right. It's also because it was overshadowed. But not just that. It also reminds me of the title run when KO and Sami won after the Usos thing, where it's just like after a while, it's just like, okay, like now what? Yeah. Like it's just like whatever. That's Seth, good. His run at WrestleMania was amazing, bro. Even The Rock said he is the MVP of WrestleMania, honestly. Even with him, helping Cody in the end, MVP type shit. And it's the same thing with Drew, where it's just like he's just constantly been in the conversation. Twitter blows up when this man shows up. Yeah. Twitter talks about Bayley, but they don't blow up the way they talk about with Seth.
Unless she's wearing like tight pants.
Yeah, right. Shit. What? To me, it's just and Seth is our reigning superstar of the year for 2023. So it's just like, I don't know. I look at that, but then like I said, it's just his year in general is just amazing. And talk about his promos. We want to talk about promos. I can't tell you a Bayley promo, to be honest with you. I could tell you a Seth promo, and they've been phenomenal. That's fair. So I mean, I have to put Seth.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair. Seth Rollins moves on to the next round in our tournament here. Damn, so even next round, dude, we got Solo Sikoa versus Drew, and then Jay versus Seth Rollins. So what a matchup. Okay, right side of the bracket. That was the left side. Right side of the bracket, we got Liv Morgan. This is a matchup itself, too. Liv Morgan versus Damian Priest. Arguably two of the most breakout stars of the year, you could argue. You know, like you could debate which one gets the breakout star of the year, but two stars that have had stellar years. Let's start with Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan went 27-12 this year. Mm-hmm. Runner-up in the Women's Rumble for the second year in a row. Took out Rhea Ripley, made her relinquish the title. Won the Women's World title at King and Queen of the Ring by beating Becky Lynch. She stole Daddy Dom from Rhea Ripley. That's an achievement in itself. First ever inaugural Women's Crown Jewel champion by defeating Nia Jax. Competed in War Games at Survivor Series by losing to Team Rhea. And she has now carried the title for over 7 months. Damian Priest went 49-26. Was undisputed tag team champion with Finn Balor at the beginning of the year. He didn't win it this year, but he still was undisputed tag team champion this year. Successfully cashed in the Money in the Bank briefcase on Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania 40.
Shocking moment.
Carried the world championship for about 4 months. Successfully defended the title against likes like Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre, and Seth Rollins. Completely reinvented himself and has truly established himself as a main event talent as the leader of the Judgment Day, and even now. So pretty tough matchup there. You want to do a 3-2-1 on it?
Yeah.
3-2-1. Liv Morgan.
Yeah, Liv Morgan. She, like how you said, bro, honestly, arguably breakout of the year too as well, bro. She has been phenomenal this year. As much as people are tired of her and Ripley this year, is not for lack of trying. They both are carrying this feud so well, and they are showing no.
You could argue she's carrying the Judgment Day now.
She's carrying the Judgment Day as well, but it's just like there's no signs of phoning it in. Mm-hmm. It's still every single time she's going all out there and giving it her all. Same with Damian though, but it's just like Liv is phenomenal this year, and then her winning the title and everything like that just shows, that she deserves to be on this type of caliber. Like she's on this level.
Yeah.
Stealing Daddy Dom from Rhea is an accomplishment in its own. I think what did it was that promo when she was with the fans and she said, "Dirty Dom, don't like women like you. She like women like me," like that. Broke the internet. That should just be Superstar of the Year alone. But all jokes aside, like she has been amazing this year. It is truly crazy how great she's been this year. And she's been building up to this. We talked about this last year, bro. Towards the end of last year, like we were was it last year, right? When we were just like starting, like, bro.
I think it was even after the Rumble. Because it just felt like she kept getting second place all the time.
And it's just like she's getting second place, but now she's there, bro.
Yeah. She's
finally at first place, and she's just been building to it. And then, yes, with her being the runner-up again with Rhea, speaks volumes, bro. Mm-hmm. It speaks so much volumes. It's just one of those things where just in this matchup, no disrespect to Damian Priest at all, because he had a phenomenal year. But I feel like Liv has, like, I look at Damian as he's just starting the build-up so we can have a good argument next year. Liv's build-up was last year and then just shot up this year. So I think Liv takes it.
I agree with everything you said. My argument for Damian would be I just feel like he even though he's had the title less, had a better title run as far as like opponents that he beat. Liv has really only beat Rhea and Io Sky that come to mind right now. Yeah. But I do agree with you. Like, set aside just like the whole sexual shit, like with him and Dom, and like her breaking Twitter every single time she was doing something
I was just
in that moment.
About all that shit.
No, but that is she was going viral, whether you like it or not, whether for whatever reason. So set aside that type of stuff, right? Like she did go viral for all that, and she's had a great year because of that. But just her wrestling, and she truly has come into her own. Like her as a heel, like you just feel like she's found herself, like truly. And she's just doing phenomenal work. I just feel like every time she goes in the ring, she's getting better on the mic. She's truly just come into her own. Like she's trying to annoy you. Like she doesn't care. Like she's doing that annoying ass laugh. Like she's truly found herself. Her matches with Rhea, you know, they've been subpar, but that's not for either or fault. I think we're just tired of seeing them two go against each other. And whatever the case may be for that, it is what it is. But I think Liv, I think she's going into WrestleMania as our champion, and she's had a phenomenal year. And I can't pick Damian. If Damian goes against somebody else in this bracket, Damian probably moves on. But Liv, you could argue, has had the hottest year of the year. So I gotta go Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
So Liv Morgan moves on to the next round in our tournament. Next matchup, dude. Our only NXT superstar.
Yeah, you're going to have to tell me this one.
Yeah, so Roxanne Perez. Let me find her here.
Roxanne Perez versus CM Punk.
Roxanne Perez versus CM Punk. I had to put her in here. I know she's an NXT talent, but let me tell you, she went 31-10 this year. Defeated Lyra Valkyria at NXT Stand and Deliver to become NXT Women's Champion. She has defeated the likes of Natalya, Lyra Valkyria, Tatum Paxley, Chelsea Green, Lola Vice, Jada Parker, and Gulia, who is a legend already outside of WWE. And she has held the title for over 8 months. She's had a phenomenal run. Yes, it's on NXT, but she's still knocking these people down that are coming, and she's had a great year. CM Punk went 4-2 this year, was runner-up in the Men's Royal Rumble, cost Drew McIntyre his title at WrestleMania 40 and at Clash of the Castle. Had 3 epic matches with Drew, including a strap match, the iconic Hell in a Cell match. Helped OG Bloodline defeat Bloodline 2.0 at Survivor Series inside of War Games, and is now feuding with Seth Rollins. And I forgot to mention he also cost Drew at Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
So, you want to do a 3, 2, 1 on it?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Roxanne Perez.
Okay. I was going to say CM Punk. I just feel like I'm not trying to knock Roxanne, but that is on NXT, and CM Punk is doing it on the main roster. But I could be swayed because, I mean, you compare resume to resume this year, Roxanne Perez has a stronger resume.
And that's the way I look at it with Roman and Jey.
That's fair. Yeah.
So to me, it's just, and bro, that's how I said, you have to tell me what she's done. And hearing everything she's done, you're right. But
those are some heavy names.
Those are some heavy ass names, and all those women, when they get called up to Raw and SmackDown, will be amazing, bro. So it's just like, I'm looking at that and I'm just like, bro, I kind of have to give it to her already. Yeah. Punk, he's matches wise, they've been big matches, but you mainly remember the promos for this year.
That's fair.
That type of thing. So Roxanne's defeating these heavy hitters already, and I guarantee she's been cutting some good promos. I just don't know them.
Bro, and she's small too. She's small, and she's wrestling. She can wrestle for real, bro. Yeah. I watched her match when she beat Lyra at NXT Stand and Deliver because it was before Mania. And so I was watching it while Jaden took a nap. So I watched that match, and I remember her winning, and she's a great wrestler. And
Booker T put her stamp on her and everything.
And I guess I was picking CM Punk just because, yes, you're right. The moments, I think I'm comparing the moments to compared to like her resume this year, and she does have a stronger resume. So you're right. Roxanne Perez should move on there. So Roxanne Perez moves on to the next round there. Next matchup, dude. This one's a banger too, bro. We got Nia Jax versus Gunther. Nia Jax went 33-33 this year. She wrestled Rhea Ripley at the main event of Elimination Chamber. She became Queen of the Ring by defeating Lyra Valkyria. Successfully defeated Bayley at SummerSlam to become the Women's World Champion. Face off against Liv Morgan at Crown Jewel, and was also a part of Team Morgan at War Games. And has truly become a great heel. She's truly changed my opinion on her.
100%.
Gunther. 49-16, his legendary Intercontinental title run was ended at WrestleMania. Became King of the Ring by defeating Randy Orton. Defeated Damian Priest at SummerSlam to become World Champion. And he has beaten the likes of Randy Orton, Sami Zayn, Damian Priest, and Finn Balor in this title run that he's currently in. This one's a tough matchup.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Gunther.
Yeah, bro. You can't discredit the Ring General, bro. This mofo is a beast, bro. He is truly a talent. His resume of just the superstars he's defeated alone. Gosh, I constantly just keep on thinking of him and Brandy. That match was so good. I loved it so much, bro. And I still even love the finish. I love the finish of the submission. Why? Because at the end of the day, bro, when you have someone like Gunther who can just, bro, beat the hell out of you and just do a normal pin, that's what he's used to. But when you have to do a submission against a guy like Randy, it's because, bro, you gave everything you have. You have no choice but to try to make this motherfucker pass out because you're done. And that, like, it was beautiful. That match was so beautiful. So that's a big standout to me. Nia, you're right. She's truly come into her own. She's changed my opinion on her. She falls into that category. You're just this annoying heel, bro. But I love it because she's so good at it. But bro, it's just the opponent in it. You said earlier, it's hard to say, you know, the women's resume versus the men's because, you know, men and women and everything. But the resume that Gunther has is amazing.
Yeah,
bro.
you said it yourself. I mean, dude, props. Nia's had a phenomenal year.
Yeah.
She's had a great year. She's truly changed my opinion on her. When Triple H brought her back, I was already whatever because I thought she was annoying to begin with. I've said this before. She's embraced that annoyingness and has truly come into her own as a heel. And I love it. She's had a great run. I love her having the title. I wanted her to beat Bayley, to be honest. I was ready for her to take the title off Bayley. Yeah. She's had a great year, dude. And I can't knock her. And her moving on to the next round it means no disrespect, but Gunther's just had a better year.
Yeah.
You're right. The resume that he has already, and then you beat Randy Orton for King of the Ring. That was a physical match in itself. And then he beat Randy Orton again later on. So it's like, Gunther's, bro, you're right. I mean, every match that he has, he can put on a stellar match with anybody. It's always so physical, and I always feel bad for the other guy because every time you see him have a match with somebody, their chest afterwards is fucked, and I just feel so every time I see the next person that Gunther's going to feud with, I just think, God damn, bro, that must suck ass.
I talked about earlier that Roxanne got the stamp of approval from Booker T.
Yeah, he got Undertaker's stamp.
He got the Undertaker's stamp of approval. And to me, bro, everyone already knows that's the biggest accomplishment you could ever get right now, bro. Yeah. If the Undertaker gave a stamp of approval on our podcast, bro, fuck everyone, bro. We win at that point.
Yeah.
But not just that, bro. I think you said it like 2 episodes ago. Dirty Dom put this man over, bro. Put this man over. He gave him the stamp of approval. That's saying something, bro. That's saying
fair.
something,
That's
bro.
Fair.
So Dom didn't have to do it, but he thought, you know what? I'm gonna give Gunther this win right here, boy. Oh, so how can I argue with two?
He's got
two
the daddy
goats?
Dom rub.
Yeah, bro. I mean, how can I argue with 2 goats, bro? Taker and Dom. Boy.
Yeah. Gunther's had a stellar year. So, and he's done all of this by missing some. He's not, you know, he hasn't been there every week,
bro. Yeah, he has that Roman treatment.
Yeah, he truly has done it. He's had a great.
Oh, this one, bro. Oh.
Next round, I found it funny that they matched these 2 guys up together. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. Like I said, this was randomized. It's just by luck that this happened. But Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens in our next matchup for Superstar of the Year. So let's read off some of their stats here. Cody Rhodes, bro, you want to talk about fucking workhorse? 95-3. Won the 2024 Royal Rumble for the 2nd year in a row. Literally had WWE pivot due to the fan response of The Rock challenging Roman. Main evented both nights at WrestleMania 40. Finished the story by defeating Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40 and ended Roman's legendary title run. Has successfully defended his title against AJ Styles, Logan Paul, Solo Sikoa, and Kevin Owens. Successfully beat Gunther at Crown Jewel to become the first ever men's inaugural Crown Jewel champion. And teamed with Roman Reigns at Bad Blood and gave us that epic movie-like promo that we got with him at the Field, which I think is a standalone in itself. Like that's an achievement in itself. Like that was phenomenal. I love that. Kevin Owens went 15-15 this year. Went toe-to-toe with the Bloodline 2.0 all year, it felt like. Had multiple matches on PLEs against them. Wrestled against Logan Paul and Randy Orton at WrestleMania 40. Wrestled against Cody Rhodes at Bash in Berlin. Attacked Cody Rhodes in the parking lot of the Bad Blood and gave us this epic heel run that we're witnessing right now. And he just recently lost to Cody Rhodes at Saturday Night Main Event, but he took Cody out of action, and now we got announced last night on SmackDown that we're having that match at Royal Rumble.
And he got that winged eagle, boy.
Yes, which I think is going to be great because we're going to be there. I told Teresa, I was like, babe, not only am I seeing 2 Royal Rumble matches for the first time ever in my life, I get to see a ladder match for the first time ever in my life. Because there wasn't one at WrestleMania, was there?
No.
Yeah, so the way you gave me, I was like, wait.
I'm trying to think if I've seen them.
I'm trying to think of the PLEs you've been to. Yeah, you saw Money in the Bank, didn't you? At WrestleMania 25?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I've never seen a ladder match, so no, I'd much rather see Money in the Bank. But regardless, this is still epic. I told her I was like, I could see 3 match stipulations that I grew up watching, so that's gonna be great in itself. You ready? 3, 2, 1. You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes. Gosh damn, bro. Everything you just said speaks for itself. I really don't feel like I have to try to give a reasoning why. Cody, talk about workhorse. This man was a workhorse last year. Now that he has a title on him, gosh damn, bro. We've talked about it before that some of these matches that he's had haven't been the greatest as far as like the Shinsuke stuff. I mean, the matches were okay, but like we just didn't really care because we knew what we were leading to. But now I feel like we're not leading to, or they're just holding him off for Rock or Roman or something. No, bro, I feel like we're way past that now. And now, like, I'm fully invested. The promos this man is cutting is absolutely amazing. This man is a good champion, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
Good.
When I was putting these stats, because you're right. All we've seen on social media is everyone's just like feels like Cody's running subpar, and we've even called it subpar on here. When I was putting his achievements together, I thought, oh my gosh, like we are witnessing a legendary run, and I think people aren't giving appreciation to it for whatever reason, whether they think Cody is cringy, whether they just haven't been invested in these stories. But at the end of the day, he's given us a crazy title run, and there's still much more to see. And so, yeah, I mean, Kevin Owens had a great year, but Cody Rhodes, no comparison. Like Cody Rhodes has had a phenomenal year. One could assume he's winning at Royal Rumble, and he's going to WrestleMania as champion. Like he's just had a great year, dude. Yep. And that's not even including his segments with The Rock before Mania, like this year. Like it's just been ridiculous. And so yeah, Cody Rhodes moves on for sure. Yep. You ready to move on to the next round, second round of our bracket here? Yeah.
A good thing is we've already kind of given our arguments with a lot of stuff.
So. First matchup in the second round for WWE Superstar of the Year.
Yeah.
We got, that's funny that the girls are against each other and the guys are against each other.
That's true.
We got Solo Sikoa versus Drew McIntyre. This one's tough. This one's tough for me. I'm not going to lie.
It's a very tough one.
I can tell you what. I know where I want to lean towards, but I also know if I want to break TikTok, I know if I pick this person, people will be pissed about it.
Okay.
But, I mean, I don't know if you know who you're going to pick already. Do you know?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Solo Sikoa versus Drew McIntyre. 3, 2, 1,
Solo
Drew
Sikoa.
McIntyre. Well, okay. Yeah. So Solo Sikoa was going to be my pick. If you want to piss people off on TikTok, Solo Sikoa would be that. I guess I'm picking Drew just because I think from start to finish, I just think mic skills he's better, wrestling skills he's better. Solo's not there yet. But Solo, I mean, we said it the first round. Solo has carried this bloodline story, so it's like, I'm a bit torn. Like I truly don't know. I think Drew has accomplished more, but I think if you want to say his accomplishments was pinning Roman and then carrying the bloodline, because that's really all Solo's done. Mm-hmm. He hasn't won a title or anything like that. Whereas Drew won a title at WrestleMania, he won Money in the Bank. He had that iconic match at Hell in a Cell.
He had a good match with Cody though.
So, yeah, I mean, he had a good match with Cody, and he fought Cody in the steel cage. That was cool, but that's all bloodline interference. That's all, whatever. I just feel like apples to apples, Drew has done more this year, but I could understand where someone would say Solo.
Yeah, bro, that's Solo. That someone being me. Solo has, we've said it earlier, bro, has absolutely reinvented himself. From the start of the year till now, bro. You wouldn't have seen this man as a main event talent. Now this man is a main event talent. At least in the conversations wise, Drew, he was main event 3 years ago, 2 years ago, last year, and this year,
2020.
This man is he's just been on that level. So we've already seen him on this level. He's just once again reinvented himself and become this amazing heel that we're getting right now. And this whole personal run that he's done with Punk is absolutely stellar, bro. I love it so much. But just to see the, I'm looking at it for like truly just for Superstar of the Year. I'm looking at like Solo just has this year to where he's truly become a superstar. There was, it's just like Nia. There was a point where I just thought, what's the point of Solo? I've said it on here before. Like, why am I supposed to be scared of Solo? Why is Roman scared of Solo?
You saw his SmackDown on Friday last night where he was like, Roman, I'm coming. Bro, that shit was.
Yes, bro. So it's just like, I look at it and I just go, bro, like he's giving me all my reasons of, oh, bro, we should be a little scared of this man. This Suge Knight motherfucker, bro. I love it. I love it so much, bro.
He got swag, bro.
This man got some swag. And not just that, bro. He's so funny, bro.
Yeah.
He is so funny. I love getting that gif of him where he's turning around. He clapping, bro. I love all those.
I love the one where he goes, I got tickets. He pulls out the two.
Yeah. I got one. He got one. I love that shit.
Yeah, I love that shit too.
To me, like I look at it like he's just truly had that type of year where he's become that superstar, bro. Drew, we've always known Drew is that guy.
That doesn't change what he's done, though.
No, you're right. It doesn't change what he's done. But I mean, at the same time, like Solo Same reason why he won against Sami. Is just like he's just done it, bro.
Yeah,
he's just done it.
I just feel like if you're comparing achievements for the year, Drew has accomplished more. And winning the championship at 40, Solo didn't even have a match at WrestleMania 40. So him winning the championship, him winning the Money in the Bank. Yes, he lost it that night.
But he took that bump hella good against John Cena, right, bro?
He did take a bump, yes. And you could argue he's a participant in the greatest main event of all time.
Yeah.
But he doesn't change the fact that he didn't have a match. Drew McIntyre had a match, won the championship. I mean, he did lose it, but he still won it. Mm-hmm. Won the Money in the Bank. Main evented Clash of the Castle against Damian Priest. Solo main evented SummerSlam, so that's a feat in itself. And then he had the Hell in a Cell match. I mean, Solo's had good matches too, so that's why I feel like Drew has done more. But but like I said, like Solo. I mean, you could argue the reason this Bloodline story is still relevant is because of Solo Sikoa.
I was gonna say, if we can do like a I don't know, like someone can analyze all our podcast episodes of this year. Solo has been a name that we've brought up constantly on this podcast. Drew has too, but not as much as Solo.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason why, at least for these two, that's why I'd pick Solo.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm torn. I just feel like I truly, when I think about, automatically when I thought about who was Superstar of the Year, like Drew McIntyre was a name that came to my mind.
Yeah.
But Solo, I mean, you're right. Solo has had a phenomenal year. And whether people want to give him credit or not, I think he is MVP of this Bloodline storyline right now, because without him, this Bloodline story could have very well ended after Roman. Jey went off and did his own thing. Jimmy was hurt. Like, this could have very well ended after Roman Reigns lost at WrestleMania. And a lot of people didn't think Solo could carry this weight, and he has. He truly has. And whether people think Jacob Fatu overshadows him or not, Solo Sikoa is the leader of Bloodline 2.0. Jacob Fatu doesn't even let you think that he is. Like, he lets you know Solo is. I think Solo has really come into his own, and I was even telling people before, like, bro, I think he's different. Like, he's got this swag now. Like, I believe him as Bloodline leader.
Day one, bro. Yeah.
I believe in him as Bloodline leader, Tribal Chief. Like, I don't know.
Hey, bro, I would say this, bro. I think you argued with yourself, boy.
Well, I'm arguing with myself because I do think Drew McIntyre has accomplished more this year.
He has.
But I mean, if you want to talk about impact,
that's what I'm thinking.
And you want to talk about the greatest storyline of wrestling history and keeping it relevant, I mean, 2024, Solo Sikoa is the MVP of the Bloodline storyline.
And not just
100%.
That, bro. It's not just that. You just you love to hate this man too. It's just like, oh, like Drew, he's just a natural heel to where you're just like, yeah, bro, he's a heel. Like, okay, whatever. But like, so you're just like, oh my God, someone take him out. But every single time you take him out, he comes back and he does not shut up. Like, I love it.
Yeah. All right, fuck it. Solo Sikoa moves on to the next round in our tournament.
I'll just say this, bro. I'm glad you picked it. You know why?
Why?
Jacob was about to pull up in here, bro. Someone spike your ass.
Solo Sikoa moves on to the next round. Next matchup we got Jey Uso versus Seth Rollins. I know who I'm picking.
Shit, boy. Let's go for it.
3, 2, 1. Jey Uso.
Yeah,
yeah, and that's no discredit. You know, Seth Rollins saved WrestleMania 40. Props in that in itself. But we moved Jey Uso We moved Jey Uso from Roman because Jey Uso had been there all year doing it. He had a consistently from start to finish great year. Seth Rollins has missed some times with injury. You know, he's still a legend. He still had a great year. He's our reigning superstar of the year. I got to put Jey Uso.
Yeah, I got to put Jey.
Next matchup, Liv Morgan versus Roxanne Perez. I know who I'm picking as well.
Yep, me too.
3, 2, 1, Liv Morgan.
Yep.
Roxanne Perez had a phenomenal year, like we said, but Liv Morgan has just really found herself, really come into her own. I got to go Liv Morgan.
And
she's doing it on the main roster. Whether people want to say it makes a difference or not, it does make a difference. Gunther versus Cody Rhodes, bro.
Okay, I got my pick.
Champion versus champion. I got my pick as well.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. The only thing that makes me pick Cody, because both of them have an amazing resume. Both of them have had an amazing run. Both of them have had a stellar year. But we saw them face off, and there was one winner.
Yeah.
So.
And you want to compare apples to apples, Cody's resume is just as good. And you're right, they already went one-on-one, and Cody won.
Shit, made my decision easy.
So, yeah, I mean, it's just Cody Rhodes has done that. So,
gosh, bro, that ain't. I'm looking at that Liv versus Cody, and I'm like, bro,
that one
they
truly
both
is hard.
won
Yes.
at that main event.
That one evens out. Solo Sikoa versus Jey Uso.
How did we get here?
Bloodline OG Bloodline versus Bloodline 2.0 on our next
Little
round,
brother
dude.
versus big brother.
So,
see, every argument I made for Solo also goes for Jay. Talking about a superstar this year?
yeah. But Jey Uso, you could argue, was the hottest superstar this year.
Yeah. I'm ready.
You already have your pick?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't, but 3, 2, 1, Jey Uso. Yep.
Jay.
Okay.
It's the superstar, like the breakout superstar, just becoming the ultimate face and just being loved. But also, bro, workhorse.
Yeah.
Workhorse.
Yeah. I think when you compare Jey Uso, just has consistently done more than Solo, and he just got over tremendously this year. But Solo's had a great year. That one's hard. Liv Morgan versus Cody Rhodes. Next matchup. You ready? I know who I'm picking.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
I just think they both had a tremendous year. Cody Rhodes, you compare his resume, you compare it to Liv's, it's just not even close.
Yeah, that's it.
Cody
That's
Rhodes is just
both champions, but just
and that's not Liv's fault. But I've said multiple times on this podcast, I just feel like the Raw women's roster right now, there's no one other than Rhea, and that's why they are doing Rhea consistently because she's hot right now as well. But there's just nobody else. There's nobody else, dude.
Yeah, she's hot right now.
So our final, bro. Jey Uso
here, bro?
versus Cody Rhodes for WWE, not men's, just Superstar of the Year. I guess Liv would be our women's Superstar of the Year.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. Congrats, Liv.
Yeah.
Superstar of the Year in general, Jey Uso versus Cody Rhodes. I know my pick.
I got my pick.
3, 2, 1, Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes, bro.
Now, let me just say this. Before we made this bracket, Cody Rhodes was not my Superstar of the Year.
Really?
I just didn't think about all he had done this year. I just didn't. I just like I was thinking, Drew McIntyre had a hot year this year. Liv Morgan. I truly thought we were gonna find a way for Liv to win. Gunther. I didn't think about Cody's run and his achievements this year. But then when you write it down, when you compare apples to dude, it's not even close. Cody Rhodes has had a stellar year, whether people want to deny it or not. I know maybe that sounds like we're kissing his ass, but he truly has had a great year this year.
Yeah, spoiler alert, boy. Why do you think I'm gonna put my boy right here?
Oh, is that why you did that?
Yeah, it was
now
my
everyone's gonna think we planned that shit.
Nah, bro. Now it's my superstar of the year, and I got it for Christmas. Thank you, wifey.
Yeah, no, yeah. I truly didn't.
No, bro. His year has been amazing.
I thought Drew and Liv. I'm not gonna lie. I thought Drew and Liv.
I thought because whenever he said should we do the women's and men's separate, I just thought I already have a biasness towards Liv. I think Liv's going to win it. So I already had that in mind.
It's not even a bias. She's just done.
Well, yeah, that, but it's just like there's no point. So I'd rather have it go against the men so I can have a better type of argument to see how far she makes it.
I will say this: Cody Rhodes. I thought about this comparison. Maybe it's not similar. Maybe it is. LeBron James is, he's good every year, and we expect like his greatness, right? Yeah. And I think that's why he hasn't won MVP some years because like we're just used to him just being great all the time.
And it doesn't diminish his
right,
stock.
But like he's just great, and it's almost like his greatness is expected, and so like when he is great, we don't, like other people win MVP.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you mean.
I feel like that is the exact thing we are happening right now with Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is giving us a great title run, and I think a lot of people just expect it because he's the guy.
Yeah. And
so like a lot of people don't really hold weight to it, but they should. Like he's giving us a phenomenal run, and we need to be appreciative of it because at any time it could end. And yeah, he's just had a stellar year, dude. And Cody Rhodes, I mean, he's just, and you had the win against Roman at WrestleMania 40.
That's the biggest thing,
that in itself, bro.
That's
is like
the biggest thing.
That's a huge win on his resume.
Mm-hmm.
So Cody Rhodes is our WWE Superstar of the Year, Lame Guys Wrestling Podcast. Congratulations, Cody. You should come on and talk about it.
Yeah, bro.
We'll send you your reward in the mail. Anything else?
I don't know.
We got the Raw episode coming up soon. We'll get to that next week. We can do predictions for it.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I mean, it's a big Raw.
It's a very big.
So the next, so we'll film next week, and then that'll come out the same day as Raw on Netflix. It's gonna be epic.
Yeah, bro. I think Travis is gonna play sicko mode. No, predictions.
So yeah, and then like we said multiple times, we got Royal Rumble coming up. So
yeah,
we got a big 2025 hopefully. But until then, we'll catch you guys next week.
All right, later.